Now, Thursday morning, it's a little check-in with our Stratford-upon-Avon movie critic, Victoria Luxford. Good morning, Victoria.
Good morning.
Are you melting in the Stratford sunshine?
Yes, it's pretty imposing, isn't it? I think this is my weekly reminder. Cinemas have great air conditioning.
So James in Longbridge this morning just messaged in on top of the M40. He says where the thermometer in my car is showing 31 degrees. Is that right? That can't be right, can it? That's obviously inside your car, James, I'm guessing. But 27 is the outside temperature, and that's the high for today. I'm saying commentary right now, thermometer showing 20 Celsius. We've just ticked up to this morning. Victoria is here because, as ever, she's going to give us a best of cinema, something to watch at home, and something to watch in together as a family over the weekend. So, Victoria, your best of cinema this weekend, please.
My best of cinema this week is The Flash in cinemas now. It's a comic book action movie about a superhero who travels back in time with disastrous consequences.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere. Another timeline. Another universe. So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one? Because this is the world where my mom lives.
You'll have seen all the bill posters around town and the bus side as well, I'm sure, for this. But, Victoria, is it any good?
I thought it was really good fun. A lot of great action, but for me, as a movie fan, as a movie historian, I guess, it has a unique selling point. It sees the return, if you just heard there, the return of Michael Keaton as Batman over 30 years after last playing him. If you're a fan of 90s movies, that'll be a joy to watch. It's very faithful to the Tim Burton Batman movies, lots of references in there, and a bit of a reset for the DC universe in general. There's loads of famous cameos and a lot of sort of big surprises. So for a comic book fan, for a movie history fan, I think it's definitely a must-see.
It is The Flash, and it's on in cinemas across Coventry and Warwickshire right now. So best of cinema to the best at home. What have we gone for here, Victoria?
My best of home this week is Extraction 2 on Netflix on Friday, and Chris Hemsworth returns as a military rescue specialist brought back for one more mission.
You were clinically dead 9 months ago. But you fought your way back. You came back for this. Why?
Chris Hemsworth, of course, no stranger to the superhero genre, and does look pretty good in those Hugo Boss adverts, if you've seen those recently. But what's he like in Extraction 2?
Very entertaining. This is Netflix's, I suppose, big action franchise. They've spent a lot of money on it, and it looks... you can see every penny on the screen there. Yes, very entertaining. I wouldn't say this was the most complex movie in the world. It's a fairly standard action film where Chris Hemsworth tears through loads of bad guys. But when it's done well, it's, I think, a lot of fun. For something undemanding to watch at home, maybe on a Saturday night, maybe if the heat's a little bit too much during the day, this is a good choice.
It's worth thinking about, isn't it? If you want to just stay in the cool, maybe. That's what it's there for. Netflix, you can see this on from Friday for Extraction 2. And finally, a family classic for us this weekend, Victoria.
My family classic this week is E.T. on Prime Video now. Steven Spielberg's classic about a young boy who meets a lost alien.
I'm keeping him. You can't tell. Not even Mom. What's happening? I don't know. So scary.
How old is this now, Victoria? I mean, I couldn't put a date on that.
The date, I believe, is around 1982, so over 40 years old. For me, excuse me, I think the definition of a family classic, just a weepy, so much heart and so much tenderness in just the way Steven Spielberg tells a story. I think it just defined family movies ever since. And of course, the debut of Drew Barrymore as a young kid. And for me, everything in a family movie you'd ever want to see.
You look at Drew Barrymore then and now. It's amazing what... you're right. I've just had a look. 1982. So 41 years. A very young Henry Thomas as Elliot, and that whole friendship between Elliot and E.T. And, of course, Steven Spielberg, one of those movies that really sort of projected him, didn't it, as a blockbuster. Blockbuster cinema maker. Good stuff. Victoria, appreciate it. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
Victoria Luxford there. E.T.'s on Prime Video now. Out and about for a Thursday morning, hopefully.